8K image background, so it was blowing
So
up our videos to 4K and then trying to stream each of them at 4K.
my default settings are always set to this insane resolution because of when we were first making the spine benders logo. Car's like, make it bigger, and then he was like, but I need a tiny one for the Google Chrome Nippet or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hopping
All
into
right.
Audacity.
Back to Audacity.
I just gotta fix the chat window.
Make sure everyone's using the right thing still.
Yeah, is everybody... Can someone go check the stream for me as well? Make sure it's
I'm
correct.
looking at the stream.
Good.
Everyone's in there correct.
Are we live?
Yeah, live. Yeah. My bad.
Everyone stop picking your ass and
I was picking my nose for real this time.
God damn it, transform.
Everyone lose the cucumbers.
Guys.
Shrink.
How do I get
shrink
to see the whole thing?
Shrink.
What do you want to be the whole thing?
Oh, just on the phone. I couldn't get it to do anything. But it's
can you toss something in the chat real quick for me, Taylor? Just say anything.
Oh.
That seems a little large.
We live.
Yeah, you can make it tiny. Make it like
turn that down a bit.
half the width of the actual space available.
Dude.
What? No, I'm just
gonna... That's fine.
Mausoleum.
Yeah, it's me.
I'm just gonna make the text smaller.
I was gonna make it a little more narrow so it's not touching the actual burn in.
It's not, or it shouldn't be. There you
go. Look.
There,
yeah,
I fixed it.
It's pretty close. Anyways.
Sorry, just gonna turn the...
I do like it aesthetically though, the way it kind of appears and then they taper off after a bit. It's a good choice. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had the font size cranked because it was at 8K. I was like, why can't we see it? Oh, because it's at 8K.
Whoops.
I think 20 should be fine. That should be good. Okay.
For art. That's why we did
Oh my god. That was stressful for Connor.
Let's start our recording so we can
talk about it. That thing as well. Fuck. God damn it. There's too many things happening.
Oh.
So many steps.
3,
2, 1. Record.
Recording.
Everything's still unplugged. Gonna do roll call. Eric.
Present.
Taylor.
Still here.
Liam.
Present.
Okay, and our 10 seconds of silence. Good. Peek behind the mirror for you guys, or the curtain rather.
Welcome to our technical lives.
My brother has never seen or heard an idiom before. We're just going to go ahead and chop up the kimono here for a second and show you a little peek behind the mirror.
So how's everyone doing?
Better than Taylor's cat.
Yeah, I was better a half hour ago. I can't believe that took me 25 minutes. Holy shit.
I can't believe you tried to use an 8K file.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I go for high quality imagery when I make our things.
But it hasn't been an issue up until this point because there's only ever been 2 cameras. Once it goes to 4 cameras, it's too many pixels.
Many problems.
So,
all right. We did it. We're here. Welcome.
Yeah. And all things considered, starting 27 minutes late for us is not uncommon. So
not bad.
It's not awful.
It's not bad at all.
Not bad at
all.
Just
bad when we said we're going to be live at 8.
Yeah. We've gotten better.
We said sorry.
People comes back and goes like, whoa, why are we starting already? When he's able to jump in.
Excuse me. So we're here with our first live stream of a podcast recording session, and it's Hell's Horses. So it's going to be nice and easy for us.
You guys want to do it?
Yes. Oh, the thing? Oh, I can't do it with you.
Come on.
I can try. Like the timing's so bad. Okay.
Watch my hands.
Okay.
So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, Hell's Horses.
Okay.
Oh, God.
3, 2.
Hell's
Horses. Suck that out.
It's so good.
No, it's terrible.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
How we determine who has the worst ping, and tonight it's Taylor.
So do we want to, do you guys want a recap of what happened last time?
Please. It's been a few weeks.
Okay. So I just listened to it yesterday, so I don't remember anything. No, I do. I remember a bunch. So you arrived back in town off of the errand that you guys were on. And immediately the mayor pulled you guys aside and said, hey, we had a death. Lucky Steve was killed by some wild dogs. You guys need to look into this as the lawman. So we do have a new character to our Hell's Horses. We have Connor playing Connor. Who's your person that you're playing?
Sir Reginald Smith III.
So he's decided to tag along. He kind of forces his way along on this adventure with them.
Do we want to quickly explain why I'm here and who I know? No? Okay.
No. It'll come out.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
fine.
but we're jumping people into the middle of an arc, so just like Taylor and I went over together.
Yeah. They're friends. And now
friends. That's a very broad term, I think.
Reggie has found himself in Tombstone.
Hayes thinks that Reggie and him are best friends. Reggie does not seem to concur.
So you guys talked to the doctor briefly. There's a good scene with the murderer from the previous arc. And then you guys found yourselves at the trash heap where the mongrel dogs of the town often find their lunch and everything. You decided to talk to Wyatt Orley. Turns out Wyatt Orley is the big bad of this mystery. He attacked you guys. Liam was attacked he found a tunnel on the other side of the trash heap. He was attacked by some zombie type rats. He got scared because a rat bit him on his finger, so he had his finger cut off.
Reginald III was very happy to oblige Birch in removing of him his potentially infected finger. Seemed to completely understand swinging around that silvered blade.
Yeah. And then so we zoom back to the other side of the trash heap, and the sheriff ran in after Wyatt into his tent where he had run into, and Wyatt was gone, not in his tent anymore. And when Reginald poked his head into the tunnel on the other side of the trash heap, Wyatt was there and grabbed him and tried to pull him in.
Successfully pulled me in.
He successfully pulled you in, and you tried to attack him, and you weren't managing it. He was dragging you down the tunnel, and who knows what would have happened to you. Mm-hmm. But our deputy, who's playing our deputy?
That'll be me, Liam. I'll be playing Birch Hobbs. I'm the deputy of Tombstone, youngest of the trio by a fair shake, and seasoned partner of Alexander Hayes, the sheriff.
So yeah, deputy ran into the tunnel with a match out and his pistol drawn, and what did you do? Pew pew. You shot Wyatt, and then the match went out, and that's where we ended last session. So I got a thing for you guys that I wrote today.
Wait, Taylor, who are you playing?
Yeah, let's do that first.
I'm playing the sheriff, Hayes Alexander. I'm not sure you call me Alexander Hayes. Liam just now.
I always go for last names with Mr., and so I gave you the comma treatment.
No,
that's my excuse.
I don't appreciate that at all. I'm playing the sheriff. Let's go.
Okay.
You're a little
up in the nose.
Yeah, you're usually lower.
I got a bit of a phlegm in the throat.
Okay, we're going to travel back in time. Our scene begins in the mayor's office as he bids farewell to his receptionist. Okie dokie then. Enjoy your lunch there. He begins to pull a rolled up map out of a leather case, but it's interrupted by a visitor. So sorry to just burst in like this, Your Highness. Oh, for Pete's sake, you frightened me there, don't you know? It's like, so the visitor is standing there in front of the mayor. He's a tall, lanky young man. It's Wyatt Orley. He looks clean. His clothes are low class, but well kept. Sorry, sir. I came because I heard that a sheriff had been hired. I came to apply to be his deputy. And he holds himself up. And I've read a lot about sheriffs, and they all need loyal, helpful deputies. Yeah, sure. Heck. Well, every sheriff does need a deputy, but I'm sorry to say the position's been filled up. Yeah. Oh no. Wyatt stammers. He looks around the room, and he gets the resolve back on his face. But wait, I bet this other guy isn't as good with a shot as I am. Look, see. He begins to fumble with his holster. He tries to pull it out, but he forgets to unclip it. Eventually, he does get the gun out. He tries to spin it around his finger. It sends it flying across the room. Woofta, be careful there, young man. Like I was saying, the position's filled, but you seem like a good enough kid. The mayor walks over, picks up the gun, walks over to Wyatt, puts his arm around his back and begins to walk him out of the office. It's like, now, son, I think I have just the job for you, actually. What do you know about trash?
So
You're gonna break my heart. You told me he's applying for the deputy's position?
I took 3 lines of notes on Wyatt. Wyatt, the garbage man. He doesn't like Birch.
Only person in town.
Yep.
Oh my god.
He knows about these strange dogs. And this guy is a motherfucker. Those are the only notes I took.
I can see the last note being written at the end of the session after he tried to pull you into the garbage.
Yep.
Jeez.
That's
a good scene.
You broke me.
Yeah,
How
that's
could you
sad.
do that to poor Wyatt? Now I feel even worse.
Now we're
for
gonna have
anyone-
to go kill that
I was
motherfucker.
going to say, for anyone who might not have seen the first arc, which is available on our Spotify or wherever fine podcasts are found, Birch became the deputy here right after Hayes joined on because he was trying to keep me out of trouble, and so I was not qualified. I was actually one of his first arrests, and just kind of helped him piece something together. And he's like, "You might as well help me out with this." And so to know that I got the position, whether I've earned it in the time since or not, and this poor man ended up some sort of trash ghost, breaking my heart.
And to add quickly, chat, we're not going to be keeping an eye on the chat while we play. We will talk to you in breaks and or at the end. So, thank you.
He knows about these strange dogs.
He does.
So, you guys have any questions before we pick it right up where we were?
Why would you do this to poor Wyatt?
It's so sad.
You said that and I almost
I
cried.
knew there had to be something amiss with the boy because he was the only person in town who doesn't treat me like the sun comes out of my ass. A thing that Eric has been doing that I do not understand the reasoning for.
I just really like Birch, is what it is. And I'm like, I gotta start getting people to be mean to that guy because it's just not
I
fair.
like that it's like a spurned job, right? Like that's so good. And
it makes sense, like, because last time we said like Birch didn't really know why Wyatt didn't like him.
Mhm.
So
And I've made a habit of like showing that like I don't spend any money I make doing this on myself. I like pay off people's bar tabs and do that stuff. And knowing that like this kid came in like I'd like to apply for the job like in his best clothes, and it's like you're killing me, Eric.
Yeah.
now we need a
I
deputy.
thought of it today, and it was just like, oh, this is perfect. This. I started writing it down. It's fantastic. Okay, so
Do this.
it's pitch black where Reggie and Birch are right now. They're in the tunnel. Birch is laying on the ground and the sword's in front of him in a vain attempt to protect himself, but he couldn't see anything coming towards him, even if he did. But it's strange. It's kind of like it's like the shadows around you are liquid and something is just sucking that liquid back away from you, down further into the tunnel. And some of the sunlight is now actually coming down the tunnel. It's weird. You don't understand why. And you see this spot where Wyatt should be laying. You shot him. You saw him fall before the light went out. And the only thing there is a puddle of blood.
Can I see Reginald?
You can see him. Like there's enough like light coming in that you can see him. It's dark, but it's not pitch black anymore.
I'm gonna get as much up as I can. If I recall, the tunnel requires me to either be like stooped over, or like kind of like on my knees and elbows.
Yeah, it's not that stooped. You're it's probably like 4 feet high, so you're like you can go, but it's tough.
I'm gonna cradle the hand with the wound and the burnt out match in it against my chest, turn it, like reach as far as I can in, and grab Reginald by the collar, and just start pulling him out. Like I see that I can't see Wyatt, and I'm just getting out of there.
Okay, Sheriff, you're back at the Wyatt's campsite. It's on the other side of the trash heap. You've heard a shot. There's this smoldering dog that you've put out of its misery in the fire. What are you doing?
I'm gonna just kind of look up at the sun, sigh heavily, and then, not hearing any further shots, I'm gonna at a pace, make my way around the trash heap where I heard the shot go off, but not rushing. I was just kind of scanning about.
All right, as you come around the corner, you see them come out of the tunnel, and the three of you are together again.
Yay.
Birch, what in tarnation happened to your hand?
There were
Threes, is that your work?
Yes, it is. You recognize the good deed.
Threes, I can recognize a clean cut by you
Yes.
any day. That's good work right there.
The rats bit him, and I was concerned.
Rat?
Yes, rats, like the dogs. Oh, fuck. Wrong accent. Like the dogs.
there were rats when I threw one out brought it out into the sunlight. It was burning up, and then when we went to look a little further, Wyatt just appeared out of the shadows like the rats had done, grabbed Reginald, pulled him in. That shot you heard.
Wyatt was here?
Wyatt was made of shadows, and I shot him. I know I shot him. There's blood a few steps in, and he was just gone.
Wyatt disappeared from the tent. I chased him in, and then he was gone. Then some hellhound jumped out of me. Also kind of started smoking in the sun, and I put that thing down like it was meant to be.
Did it literally come out of the shadows? I asked. There was like a viscous quality to the shadows. They pulled away like the dregs of a coffee rolling itself down the side of a mug. It was.
Listen, you're asking.
How thick is your coffee? You're meant to take the grounds out.
We don't do that here, Threes. You get it nice and thick.
Oh.
We like it syrupy.
God, I'll stick to my tea.
I recommend it. Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Usually can cut it with a bit of bourbon or something, but
you got to cut that. Anyway, so you're down a finger, I see. Hope it wasn't your lucky finger. Oh, it's a lucky finger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to know about the lucky finger.
No, you don't.
You should listen to the first 3 episodes.
I don't remember anything about a lucky finger.
I know.
There's nothing about a lucky finger.
Sheriff, where are you? You hear a yelling from Wyatt's campsite. Someone's yelling for the sheriff.
Sounds like it's the mayor, isn't it?
All right, you two get yourselves sorted. Maybe patch that finger because I don't want you bleeding all over the place. I'm gonna go see the mayor.
As you walk away, you hear Birch turn to Reginald and go, "You got any experience cauterizing?"
Oh yes, I do.
And I hand you the matchbook.
Actually, I think I took field medic. Did I?
I think you do. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I was going to, but I didn't.
We're gonna switch to Taylor as he comes around the corner of the trash heap. He sees the mayor around the fire with like 3 other men, and he sees you coming. He's like, "Oh, hey, sheriff, we heard the gunshots. I see you slayed the mighty beast." And like the men are starting to pull that dog out of the fire.
I mean, it's one of potentially many. But,
well, I'm sure that it was only the one. I'm sure it's only the one. I'm sure the danger to Tombstone has been, neutralized there, Sheriff. So we'll bring it down to the square and we'll show it off to the town. Come on, boys, let's drag that to the center of town. And the men start dragging this dog away.
The sheriff isn't going to respond, but he's just going to kind of look at the mayor, like over if he's wearing. Haste now has glasses. He's kind of looking at him.
He looks so much.
Kind of rocking back on his.
He does not care. He's sure that you guys have done the job.
Now, Mr. Mayor, what brings you up to the trash heap?
Well, I knew you were coming out to talk to young Wyatt there, and we heard the gunshot, and we came running, and you did your job. Thanks, Sheriff. We'll see you later. And he starts to walk away.
Oh, no, Mr. Mayor, hold up.
He stops.
So, yes, I came to talk to Wyatt, but I see you've got quite the collection of followers that were with you. What if I hadn't solved this conundrum? What were you gonna do?
I I don't know. We were just coming to check out the trash heap with you because I knew you were headed this direction, and I knew you could use maybe a couple more guns in case the beasts proved too much for you.
I'm absolutely going to run against
Oh,
this man for mayor.
I hate this
Now,
guy
Mr.
so
Mayor,
much.
you just caught me off guard there. I thought you said the beast was slain. You just said beasts.
If there was more than one, but I'm sure wasn't more than one.
Can, from behind the trash heap, like now that we've cauterized me, can we be hearing this as we walk up?
Yeah,
I have a plan
you
to
can
get
keep
him.
walking up now.
Okay, as soon as I catch wind of this, I'm gonna just give like a light elbow to Reggie and be like, play along. And I'm gonna be like, Sheriff, I think one of the dogs got Wyatt. And I'm gonna run up.
Oh
Say
no, not
what?
that poor young man. Where is Wyatt?
We were trying to follow. I think there was another couple dogs, and they one of them just, and I hold up my finger. I said one of them bit my finger clean off. Mr. Reginald here was able to actually just treat the wound, but we were trying to hunt them down, and one of them grabbed Wyatt and pulled him out behind something. I lost track of him while we were tending to the wound.
Any reaction from the mayor? I am just
Yeah.
He's like flabbergasted. So there was more than one dog.
So he's
There's a
stupid, not
couple.
evil.
Yeah.
It's stupid, not evil.
Okay.
That's my biggest thing. My two notes about the mayor are idiot bastard and sweaty.
Sweaty idiot bastard.
At this point, he gets the handkerchief out and it's like, well,
Since we got the extra guns, is Ace with them?
yeah, Ace was one of the guys, but
Yeah.
they're gone already. They've already started taking this dog down to the center of town. They're gonna like
Thought
straight
Ace
up
was
and
a
show
woman.
off. Sorry,
I thought Ace was a woman.
Ace was
no, Darlene.
Darlene and Ace were with us. Okay, so Ace was
Ace.
with him. I'm gonna whistle as loud as I can, like the kind of whistle we probably agreed to for the little mission we were on before, to hopefully stop them. And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go get them to work a perimeter. You guys figure this out, and I'm gonna leave to go and get the 3 extra guns to.
Before you go, deputy, he like kind of like huddles you guys in a little bit. It's like the town. We can't have the town being like so scared. So let's just keep it down that there's another possible dog out there. Don't you know? All right.
You say possible, I say certain, and I say I'm not about to go.
I mean,
heroin
it
in
could make
I'm about to go
maybe it's full after that full meal you gave it.
every
And-
second I'm not getting them to help us find the dog means that you're worried more about the appearance of this than the fixing of it. So
Okay,
excuse me, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to go and get
just
Ace.
keep it quiet, Birch.
I'm like already 10 steps away. I'm like quiet as a mouse. And I'm just gonna keep walking.
Okay, the mayor is gonna walk away at this point. If you guys,
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go.
just drilling
Kill the mayor.
holes into the back of his head, just like
Reggie's just like, shame really, and he's just loading that sniper rifle.
Seems you need a new mayor.
Yeah, just
that's a politician for you.
Ah, yes. Well, he seems quite oafish.
I am going to make a point when I catch up with them to have them not drag the dog back. I'm going to send the 2 folks away. Say, like, keep the mayor safe on his. He should be following behind me. I'm going to be like, Ace, help me drag this thing back to the dump. Because we want to take a look
sure.
at this thing. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, Ace will come back with you with It's like it's quite the. What happened? Why is it so burnt up?
It's been cauterized. The field medic in Mr. Reginald.
Birch, I'm not talking about your finger. I'm talking about the dog.
And I'm like holding it by the haunches as we're both carrying. I'm like, sorry, I lost a finger. Color me self-involved.
Yeah, I've been there. And he holds up his hand. He's got like just the tip of one finger. It's gone as well.
He goes, I go, at least it's on the arm that's already all scarred up, and you can see the wicked burn scar all the way up.
Yeah.
From the cacophony before. I say, I don't think it's as burned as you think. I think they're covered in gunk, and the sun's been baking it onto them. It's almost like dried clay at this point. I think it's just some sores. We're gonna wash those hands when we get back.
This is the
trash.
West. They don't know what germs are. Put that right in my mouth.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and brush it off as like, oh, it's not. It didn't erupt into flames in the sunlight. That's crazy.
That's a
That would be
manipulate,
crazy.
isn't it?
Oh yeah. I would like to use charm to manipulate someone.
Sure.
Our first roll of the
Our
night.
first roll.
Fuck.
It's a shit
you
one.
fucked it.
It's 2 1s actually.
Ooh.
I don't have my rules ready for this.
So wait,
A total of 3 with my +1.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
geez,
mark an
buddy.
experience. I'm 1 away from a level up.
You know, it doesn't even give you what happens if you flub it.
Sorry,
that
I'm not
badly.
prepared for tonight at all. I don't have my rule sheet or anything.
Yeah, there's no
I'm gonna say
miss.
I actually
he
say
just
that.
does not believe you at all.
I'm gonna say I don't think it like burst into flames when it came into contact with the sunlight. And Ace is like, whoa, what?
Jesus.
Threes, now, what the hell do you think was your take on the mayor there? Is he just dumb?
I'm not quite sure. It sure feels like he wanted to rush through this. A typical politician, but he could
was
be
something.
involved. I don't know.
I got this inkling he's hiding even just a small grain of what's going on
yeah,
here.
I think we handle this Wyatt fella and then go put the screws to Mr. Mayor.
Listen, we need to find Wyatt. So right now we know where the mayor is, and he's not going to open up to me. It seems like, and he sure as hell ain't going to open up to Birch. Birch used to kind of chew his head off. So I'm going to ask if you could take a
that
take a
might
talk.
not go so well. We've already had a run-in, and he's not fond of me either.
Oh, but I believe in your charm. Threes, you'll sweep him off his poor soggy feet.
We'll see what we can do.
Honky.
Would you like me to handle the mayor now, or do we deal with the things trying to kill us?
No, things killing us first.
All right, yeah, okay.
Then the mayor. The mayor-
Accounting for the curvature of the earth, I should be able to still take the shot for another 35 seconds.
All right.
The voice is hard. I can't even get it. Like,
I mean, I drink way more water when I'm doing that voice and keep the throat nice and lubricated.
So at that point, Ace and I are back with the dog, and I just giving Sheriff the look like I botched something. Like I let something slip. I'm giving him the look like.
And now we have to kill this fucker too? God damn it!
Not Ace. So yeah, Ace is with you, and it's just like,
just
you
don't
guys-
worry about the sheriff, and I'm gonna.
do you guys need me for this? Because like, and he like stretches back. It's like, I'm still pretty sore from all that riding we did. Can I go?
Ace, thank you very much for helping the poor deputy there. I'm gonna pass him, a couple dollars or something like. Here,
Yeah,
why don't you go treat yourself down at Gertie's there and have yourself a good night.
He tips his hat to you guys. It's just good. If you need me later, I'll be at Gertie's.
Farewell, young Ace.
You too,
And
Reggie.
As he disappears, I'm gonna kind of swing my eyes to Birch and just kind of cuff him on the back of the head. And Birch, what the hell did you open your mouth for?
He caught me off guard. I was lost my thoughts, and I rambled a bit.
You realize what happens when people find out, right? Stop
would not-
doing that.
I would not be opposed to having another person in town who was in the loop a little bit. Maybe someone Eric could play when he comes back from deployment.
Way to break that. What is this, fourth wall now?
Fifth
Stop
wall.
that.
Cut the
Fifth
shit.
wall.
Where are they?
Cut that shit out.
Oh boy. Okay, so I
No,
think we gotta go find Wyatt.
How do you want to do that? You want to go down the tunnel?
Yeah, do we have any
Can we?
torches?
I was gonna say, does he have lanterns in his?
Yeah, he'd have at least
I
one lantern in his
I
place.
think the sheriff would like to investigate the tent first, see if there's a notebook, lantern, since we're going to go into the trash heap again, and just any kind of indication of the supernatural.
Sure, give me a roll.
Investigate a mystery. Do it.
Is that the role I'm making?
I'd assume so.
Yep. Yes, sir. Investigate that mystery.
I really love these rules. They're so fucking streamlined.
So simple. It's so good.
And like the fact that I don't have to like think of
All
a
right,
difficulty
all right.
rating or anything like
That-
that. It's just
that-
it's so nice.
That's awesome. I rolled an 8, and I have a +2.
Nice.
So that's total 10.
Wow.
So I hold 2. So what? None of those questions. Oh, what is being concealed here? There you go.
So you
Yeah,
find like
yeah.
another bunch of like bandages. So you know he's been wounded for a while. He's changed his bandages a few times, and there's quite a bit of blood. So, like it's calling attention to the wound on his hand that you guys noticed last time. Beyond that, there's no tunnel in this tent. It was, and now that he's gone, the back of the tent's not as shadowy as it
Lighter
was
and
earlier.
faster.
Yeah, the sun's going in more now, so there was something weird about the tent before, but now that why it's not there, who knows, right?
Shadows have lessened us.
Less, yeah.
All right, and no journal with diary or anything.
No, nothing.
Convenient journal.
He might not even be able to read. It's
Oh, then
You
an
don't
audio
know.
log he left behind.
All right.
What? An audio log?
Yeah, he's just like day 347. The shadows of
Alright.
accepting is one of
All right,
them.
and so do we find a lantern or some sort of torch? or
yeah,
something
you
like
find a
that? Okay.
lantern.
Am I able to carry that investigation over to the tunnel?
Sure.
I have a whole 2 on it, so I get one
Yeah.
more thing. So, Birch, how many animals did you see and have you dealt with in this tunnel?
I heard a fair number of rats, but I saw 2. I grabbed one bit me, and if we're counting the dog you shot, 3 animals and Wyatt.
And sorry, what do we remember of the pack size?
There was at least 2 dogs that attacked Lucky Steve from your previous investigation. You know there's at least 2 dogs.
Post-mortem, unlucky Steve.
Very unlucky, Steve.
In heaven with my finger now.
Posthumous as Steve.
All right.
Steve.
Yeah, at the time of his death, he was unlucky Steve. Now he's just Steve. It all balanced out.
All
Karma
right.
has its way with all of us in the end.
All right. So the sheriff is gonna draw his pistol in one hand. His revolver. Is that what I got? Yeah, Magnum. Sorry, I got me a Magnum.
Ooh.
And yes, with the lantern or torch in the other hand, I'm gonna kind of roadie crouch and get in there. We'll see what we're missing.
So again, the start of the tunnel is all trash, and as it goes deeper, it does go into the earth. And your lantern is illuminating everything fine. It's about 4 feet tall towards the end, and then at the bottom, it kind of balloons out into like a small room, and it's mainly just dirt. There's no bones or anything like is Hayes a hunter? Has he hunted in the past? Like when he was a young man, like or a boy or anything? Would he have been a hunter?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Anyway, so it's just like dirt, really,
And
in
do
this
do I
area,
get
and it's empty.
I get this sense of like the liquid dark as has been described anywhere in here.
No, the liquid dark is gone.
But this tunnel is terminated. It's just a chamber.
Yeah,
now
it's
with
just
no
a
other
small
exit.
chamber, not huge, like 5 feet tall ish,
Like-
4.5,
like
5 feet tall.
Any sign of something that would be holding it all up there, Sheriff? Calling
It's-
from
it-
behind him.
It's just dug into the earth, and there's no like pillar or anything. It's just like dug, packed earth.
I thought we were in a
Okay.
garbage heap.
Yeah,
Into
it
the
started
hill.
garbage, and then it went into the hill that the garbage heap is next to.
Gotcha. Okay.
COVID.
Kobe.
Anyways, so I have another question that I can ask because of the investigative mystery, and can I repeat the previous question? What is concealed here?
Yeah, so if you had been a hunter, I would have talked about this more. But just
I feel like Freeze would have been a hunter, and I would have assumed that the other gentleman had followed me in.
We're definitely right behind you, although I
So-
think I would go last.
It's an animal den. Animals defecate, and maybe there'd be bones and stuff in there if they were bringing the prey back here to eat. There's no refuse down here.
My
There's no-
God, it eats
no-
bones.
There's no defecations. There's no bones. It's just it's been dug out as like a safe place to retreat back to or to hide out the days. But I mean, there is signs that things have been laying in there, but there's not signs of like an animal living. You know what I mean?
So more zombie dogs. Cool.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Did we take a second before we looked in to inspect the corpse of the dog in any way?
You haven't inspected the corpse yet.
Okay,
It's
so
just out. It's just out there.
yeah.
Hopefully.
I would like to. I was going to say I wanted when I brought it over to the sheriff before he checked the tent. My intention was to have us look at it. So can we say before we went to check the? Like
How
we
about
went
now? How about now? You're walking out, and it's okay. Let's check out this dog.
Okay,
after
I just wanted to
checking
make sure if it disappeared while we were in there.
It's
that,
not going to disappear.
Okay.
I will promise that. It's still there when you're out there, still
can
smoking
I
a little
roll
bit.
investigate a mystery on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
I want to
do.
know more about the dog.
Do you want to help
Um,
out there, Connor?
Sure.
I get a 10 total, and so if you help, that would bring me up to an 11.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
So hold two.
Hold two. So I've got these two questions. I'm going to start with the obvious one. What sort of creature is it? Like, I'm aware it's canine in nature, but
It's a stray dog of some sort. I'm sure you might have seen it around town at some point. It's clearly dead. Before this, it was clearly dead before this. Like there's like a chunk missing out of its side type of thing, and there was some maggot growth on it that's been burned away at this point. Do you want to say
do
something?
I get the sense, like, I get the sense it's, I'm familiar a little bit with creatures that are undead. Is it the same kind of undead as the kind of white we were dealing with before, the lover?
No,
Or
that's
last-
Wyatt.
No,
In the previous mystery,
the, like,
asshole.
the haunted rider we took the ride from.
It's you don't think it like that was something brought out from Vengeance. And
Yeah.
I
So that
you're not getting
ghost
that.
feels dark magic or something. Like it feels
Something.
different.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's like a negative feeling you're getting from this. Like it's kind of making you sad and upset and angry being close to it.
Okay, then I have there's two questions here that I want to ask, and I want you to tell me if either of them would answer the question I honestly want to know. There's what happened here and what can it do. I want to know if it has, the question I really want to ask is, does it have any power of its own, or is it like controlled externally?
Okay, I have an answer for you. It kind of answers all that. You're inspecting it. Are you touching it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing it with just the
So,
one hand because I don't want to.
You're kind of staying away from like the maggoty areas, but you're looking and you open up its eye and you see something. Would you have like any
Is that called a mochi ball?
would you touch it with your fingers, you think, whenever you see its eye, or do you have any like sort of tools?
I would just
or-
go right into it. My
No, Birch, hold up! Don't stick your hands on that. That's gross. And I'm gonna pull out a handkerchief. I'm like, at least here.
All right, so
I'm just gonna like shake my head and pull the eye, like pull that out.
okay. So you get your hands around some. It feels hard, and you pull it
does.
out, and it's like a shard of like scorched glass. It's like charred all around it. It's a shard of glass that was in its eye, and you don't feel good touching this. That negative feeling that you're getting off the dog is
I have an
It's
idea. and I'm gonna just
intensified.
insert it into my own. I'm going right to the source, boys.
It's like the brain slug.
Yeah.
I'm going to then with just kind of like go a little bit pale with that bad feeling and reach
Birch,
out and put
gi-
it into the
me that.
handkerchief.
Give me that.
No point getting more viscera than needed on
Just gonna-
your old hanky there.
Does Sheriff have it now?
Yeah,
I have
but
it
he's got it in a
in-
handkerchief.
And a handkerchief.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
So some of the soot and stuff is coming off of it in the
Yeah,
handkerchief.
I'm gonna kind of clean it sort of. I want to get a good eyeball on what this thing is.
It's very reflective. It's almost like a mirror.
Behind the mirror. It's an eyeball.
I made reference to this when we spoke to the twins. If someone breaks a mirror, you got to bury all of the pieces under a full moon. If Lucky broke a mirror and this dog stole a piece, of course he died.
All right, you take your hootenannies and you go back to town.
What, superstition in a monster world? Fuck off.
I made a point of familiarizing myself with as superstitious as possible, Reginald. I know you were talking out of character in your
I
character
know.
voice, but come too far to retreat.
So can the sheriff summarize that this is a piece of mirror?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a mirror in Wyatt's tent?
No.
It's not a huge town, right? So having a mirror would be maybe not a huge deal, but like having anything sizable.
I think most people would like in this town would have not the working men, but like any of the families that live here probably have either a small mirror or a larger mirror. Yeah.
Have we
Is there any way
heard?
to tell what size of mirror it might have come from? Like, how
I mean,
big are they talking?
it's like this big, so like it could have been from a hand mirror, it could have been from a giant mirror. It's
Okay.
From a
Definitely
Does
not
it
a
have the
pocket
mercury
mirror.
treated back?
Has there been any talk around town about anyone having to replace theirs because they broke it?
the only one you've heard about is the Witwicky family.
Oh, those idiots must have thrown it away instead of burying it like I told them. God.
All right.
I missed that part. When was that?
When
It
we
was
were
like a
riding-
throwaway line that Liam gave.
Which is now coming
legitimately-
back to haunt us. You
It's
son
just
of a...
it's a superstition that exists. You
Yeah.
got to bury every piece. And so I was just because Birch is a weird ex-cult member. He knows a bunch of dumb shit, and so he's just word vomiting at these boys about like why they can't just go around breaking mirrors because the one you broke, you got to deal with it. He said, "We dealt with it. We dealt with it."
Birch?
We threw it at the garbage man and made him deal with it.
Haha, Stinky Wyatt. No one likes you, Stinky Wyatt.
Birch, you were talking to the Witwickies about broken mirror, weren't you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna like
Mhm.
hesitantly hold out my hand for the handkerchief things. Like, I'll go talk to him.
No, I think I'm gonna hold on to it. You look pale as a ghost, and I don't need any more of those running around.
Try to hide my relief as I pull the hand back.
I'm gonna wrap up the mirror piece and like
I'm just gonna also throw in, just in case so you guys don't forget about it, the rat that you guys had as well. You inspect it, it also has a piece of mirror, not in its eye, but like in its throat. There's a smaller shard. So you found that as well.
okay. This question: does it look like these animals were dead before the piece of mirror was?
The
into them?
the dog, it looks like it was dead already. The rat, maybe
looks
maybe
less
not.
dead. The rat
It's-
doesn't look as maggoty and like.
Yeah,
I guess.
it looks fresher
Okay.
for sure.
I think I only have a hold one on my connect the dots, so I don't want to waste it yet.
I think no, don't waste it yet.
Can I, when we get back to town, use my my connections, my net friends feature to see if there's like any rituals someone I know knows about that involve like this ritualistic maiming?
I think we're
Yeah,
gonna
you
have
can
to
reach
take-
out with net friends for sure.
We're gonna have to take the glass out of Wyatt unless he's putting the glass in shit, and then we gotta kill Wyatt.
That's the thing. I want to find out if it's if Wyatt is taking these and like making these creatures, or if something happened and there's a set number of creatures that have been made.
Yeah.
That's my biggest worry. It's like if he can keep making more, that's horrifying.
We'll find out.
All right. Well, the sheriff will tuck both pieces that he has into the handkerchief and just into his chest pocket. 'cause
Right by
he's
his
in the-
heart.
Yeah. Got to keep it safe. Keep it close.
Jesus.
Just don't touch it, Sheriff. So it's something mighty wrong with
I
it.
saw your hands going to that thing's head. I ain't touching nothing.
So, what's your guys' next step right now?
Uh,
I have this gut feeling we should like collapse the tunnel, but I have no earthly idea how to do it. Like when it was just a trash pile, I could picture it, but like when it's into the hole, it's just like
it's a trash
I wanna,
pile.
like,
Set it on fire.
Fire is good. Everything needs to burn.
can we? Would we have any way of knowing if there's some sort of way to like consecrate the trash heap?
I need a young
mean, you-
priest and an old priest.
You could go talk.
Begone, hounds of the mound.
You could go talk to Miles, the preacher in town.
Nah, I'm
Oh, yeah.
okay.
No, you're doing it.
You don't want to. You don't want to talk to Wilma, do you?
I don't want to talk to Wilma or Miles.
Wilda.
Wilda. I don't like either of them.
Either of them.
I have trouble
don't
with
blame
most
you.
of the people in town who are older than me.
Isn't that so?
Except Gertie. Gertie's a queen.
Gertie is the queen.
She shall be
I've
the
been put-
new mayor.
I was about to say. So Reggie, how are we going to kill the mayor?
That's what we're
Yeah.
doing next. Screw the mystery.
I've already learned that he drinks. Surprise, surprise. So we kill him with the bottle.
Listen,
Well,
at least
We got to empty it
discuss
first.
this when I'm
you
not
are
here.
not here. I was going to say you. My thinking is that Hayes will go and check in with the Witwickies, and I feel like I'm going to let Connor steer what Reggie and I do, but I'm going to keep with Reggie. The like bit of like suspicion around you is kind of pushed off to the side. Like
yeah,
the
I want to talk
newcomer,
to the mayor again.
because you've literally like assisted me with what would have been a wild request to anybody else, like cut my finger off. I don't know what this is, and you're like, fine.
Let me
So,
at
like,
it.
in the weirdest way, like you maiming me at my request has earned my trust, and so I'm just gonna stick with him for now.
You're a twisted person.
So you
know that?
two are going to go talk to the mayor.
I think so.
What does Sheriff Hayes Alexander wish to do?
The sheriff is going to go speak to the Wiki brothers, and
Okay.
potentially just kind of inquire at the general store about any new mirror purchases. Actually, I'll do that
you-
first. I'll do
Okay.
that first. I'm going to go to the general
So-
store and ask about that first.
You're going to go to the Laskowski General Store.
Why do you say it with
Why are
such...
you smiling?
Do you guys remember who Merle Laskowski is?
No?
I got to go back. Hold on.
Merle?
Hold on.
Merle Laskowski from Adventure One. He was
Yeah,
mentioned,
I
not
thought he
seen.
He was just... Hold on. Hold on.
General
hold
store operator? He's not the owner, though, right? The
No,
Bad guy
the...
owner.
The
Mark,
owner
there's two-
used to be Marcus Litlow, but he
Yeah.
owed a lot of money to Merle Laskowski, who has taken over the general store.
Oh,
ownership.
Which means that like organized crime has come into the
So-
town.
Sorry, I have the general store
Maybe.
like Tate Dorsey.
Tate
Tate
Dorsey was the
employee.
cashier.
Oh.
And last time we checked in with Tate, he was just in the middle of the day hanging around in the tavern. So I don't think he has his job anymore.
I don't think I wrote anything down about that poor son of a bitch.
We did not
Yeah,
intuit
the
any.
damn
Tate-
Polish mafia.
In the errand that you guys went on, I remember I presented you guys with a number of people you could take with you. Tate was one of the options.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it was
no.
kind of a hint that like he's been
Man
let go
got
from his
fired?
position.
Oh,
Why
God.
Man
you
got
gotta
fired.
break my heart
Poor
about all these
Wyatt.
things?
Poor Tate. How dare you?
And the fact that like I feel like Hayes and I know this, and so I feel like we're both probably actively ignoring it for the time being, because like I imagine he's behaving himself and like his reputation has not followed him here quite the way they would have, but like there's negative impacts already. People in town like Tate with no job, and it's like a direct response to us dealing with Marcus, and so I think we're both just kind of like ignoring it for right now. At least that's what Birch is doing. Like I know we did the right thing, and I would have killed Marcus if I was given the choice, and so whatever comeuppance for that the town comes to, it's just like I've accepted it.
All right. Well, no, I'm going to the general store first.
Okay, let's start with that actually. So, Merle hasn't arrived in Tombstone to check out his general store. He has sent a representative for himself. What do you think that representative's name could be?
Harold.
Pearl. Miskowski.
His name is Hurl Gray. He's a ranged weapon
Get out!
fighter.
No. I'm not dealing with.
Can
no
his
Earl
first
Grey
name be
thing.
Gray? Can it be like one of his like many nephews?
Let's
Gray
say
Laskowski?
Gray is the last name. I don't want it to be Laskowski. I want it to be something else. Like
Gray's last name, eh?
Bliskowski.
Terrence Gray.
Terrence Gray. I like that.
Yeah, and he likes people to call him Gray, but you can call him
And
whatever
it's
you want.
Gray with an A. The
Proper
wrong
gray.
way.
Okay, so you walk in and Terrence
Terrence
Gray.
with an A.
Hey there, Sheriff. What can I do for you today?
Hey there, Terrence. You have any requests about mirrors lately?
That's more of a luxury good. We haven't started importing that material just yet to this Hodonk town. But I mean, eventually, once more upscale customers come in, I have some plans that are going to really impress Mr. Laskowski.
All right. Well, listen, Terrence. I don't partially care about that right now because that doesn't answer my question. I asked you if anyone has been inquiring about mirrors.
No.
Hit him with a fish.
The answer is still no.
Sorry, I'm just stuck with the fish.
Yeah.
Like, what sort of poisson do you have? And just slap him with a fish. His own fish. It feels really good. Do it.
No, I can't. No, I'm not gonna bring up anything about fish. All right, Terrence.
You're alive.
Has anyone been in here asking about one?
No.
The sheriff does not like Terrence at all.
That's fair.
He's getting in the notes the idiot bastard denomination.
Idiot.
At this point, he like pulls his clipboard up from his desk and he turns around and is looking at the shelf of things and is like ticking stuff off, like counting and ticking stuff off.
Inventory is more important than your chat.
Can I say a dumb thing?
Yeah.
When I went to write it down, I accidentally put an A after the T, and so in Birch's
Terrence?
notes about him, his name is he said Terrence Gray with an A, and so I wrote TARANCE quotes GRAY end quotes last name GREY.
Oh my god.
Terrence Gray. It's like because he was like with an A, and I went Terrence with an A. All right.
God damn it, AA Ron.
I'm trying to think about what. I don't like him and I don't want to talk to him anymore, but I know he's gonna have something. I don't want to be beaten by a shop clerk.
Touch him with be like, do you know I pay your salary? Could you check the back?
Now, Terrence, could you take a look at these for me and maybe you can recognize them from something? Give me a hint about maybe the size of the mirror or where they came from.
He like turns back towards you. And he like rolls his eyes and he's okay.
I'm gonna hate this guy. I want to just slap him right across the face. Anyways,
Just
yes?
shove the glass
So you-
into his eye, then you're allowed to kill him.
He was a monster. Meanwhile, like someone's disrespecting the sheriff, and Reggie's like already on it, just loading the sniper rifle.
So he like looks at your handkerchief that you're holding out, and he kind of like holds his fingers up to it and is kind of like. So that looks like it could be from a mirror.
Terrence, I want to thank you for your help, and I'm gonna leave.
Good. Good.
Good day, Sheriff. And he goes back to what he's doing.
Did he touch it bare hands? Sorry, I might have.
No, he just
So
like
I wouldn't have let him touch it.
he like hovered his fingers around it. It's just like what?
I'm gonna hate you after this when you tell me what. Anyways,
I think he just wanted to fuck with you. I do that shit all the time. Go talk to this person.
Mm.
They're only going to be unhelpful.
yeah, that's
It's a really good fun power move.
Let's jump over to the mayor
Yeah.
and Reggie and Birch.
Now he's very proud of this thing. I'm just like giving him like a brief. He's like, he has this ribbon that's I think it's still sitting on his desk. He won a pie eating contest back in the city before he moved out to Tombstone, and he has only gotten more and more unbearable about bringing it up. So if we're seeing him in his office, just have a pie anecdote ready to distract him. You Brits have different kinds of pies. I'm sure that'll fascinate him, so I don't have to hear this fucking story about the pie eating contest again.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
And just like hammer, you can just see like the like demons and ghosts we've been fine with, but I'm just like pinching the bridge of my nose, like I don't want to go talk to the mayor, but I volunteered for it.
Okay. Yeah, let's go meet him in his office.
So you walk into the doors of the mayor's office, and there's some seating. There's a very angry looking lady who's waiting to talk to somebody. It looks like she's like really like prim and proper and like sitting there, and she's just like fuming with anger. And then at the desk is like an ancient lady who is just like doesn't even like look up from what she's doing, and she's the receptionist of town.
I'm gonna walk up to the haughty woman that is upset and go,
Okay.
Ma'am, how can I help you?
Are you the sheriff?
Oh, no.
Not today, but I can assist.
Do I recognize this woman?
No.
Then I'm
No.
gonna just step up as like proper as I can and just go, no ma'am, the sheriff is otherwise disposed, but I'm the deputy.
Deputy? And she stands up and she's like right in your face. My
Whoa.
husband and my son have been murdered.
Ooh.
What?
You seem more angry than upset.
I have been running around town all morning looking for the sheriff.
Ma'am, sorry, can we start? I'm gonna pull out that little scratch pad I have and be like, can I start? What is your name?
Let me go look that up.
Because she sounds like a Gloria. She
She
sounds
does look like Gloria.
My
Roy-
name is Cynthia Riley.
Oh, that's even better.
That's good.
C-Y? C-I.
CYNT. Cynthia with an SI and Cinnamon with an SI are two of the best stripper names ever come up with. Just put it
Wow.
out there.
Okay, moving on.
And my husband Peter and my son Edward have been killed.
One sec. Husband Peter.
Killed by what?
Where are you coming from? I apologize, ma'am. I don't recognize you. Are you from the outskirts? Are you from one of the ranches?
Yes, we are from the Riley Ranch.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Now, please, how did they die?
Please, in explicit detail.
Our good-for-nothing neighbor murdered them.
Ma'am, you must help me. How?
Who is your neighbor?
Who? What? Where? When? Why?
His name is Patrick Bell.
The Irish. I knew it.
His farm is right next to the bluffs.
Oh yeah, Bell
He-
Bluffs. Okay, yeah.
He is deputy. He has been stealing our livestock, and my husband and son went to go reprimand him and demand our property back. That was 3 days ago, and they have not returned. He must have murdered them.
Oh,
Ma'am, I have excellent news for you. I'm not familiar with Patrick himself, but I know a lot of the ranch hands around here. The terrain around the bluffs is a bit shaky at best, and so what's likely happened is your husband and your son, maybe a horse got injured, they've been waylaid, but the Bell Ranch seems to be a quite hospitable place from what I've heard. I'm certain that they are just waiting to tend to their horse, or perhaps they got on famously. We will go and check on them, absolutely, but this is what we refer to as a missing person or persons, not a murder.
I assure you, deputy, it is a murder.
I can't.
ma'am, I need to ask, why would you come to the mayor's office looking for the sheriff?
His office
Why
was
weren't
empty,
you at the
and
sheriff?
the nice gentleman in the cells recommended I seek out the mayor.
So you
That would
took
be
the
Marcus.
word of a criminal to come talk to someone uninvolved? Never mind.
The mayor pays the sheriff.
We'll address
Cynthia?
this later.
Who
And
Miss-
are you?
Miss Riley,
I'm the
my
new
colleague
mayor.
here, Miss Riley, my colleague here, his name is Mr. Reginald. He is
Reginald
he's
Smith
helping
the
us.
Third. Thank you.
He's consulting on something that the sheriff is quite deep in investigating right now. I'll tell you what. Just across the street, a little ways up, there is a place called the Kettled Crook. I'm sure you've been. I want you to go and tell Gertie I sent you. Get yourself some lunch. We will come and find you. We are in the middle of something. There's been and I'm
An
gonna
actual murder.
I'm gonna hold up my freshly burnt cut off finger and be like, we were just dealing with a lot today. I promise you. And I'm like ready to catch her if she faints or swoons like that. And I'm like, but just go speak with Gertie, tell her I sent you. She'll get you sorted. I'm almost positive that your husband and your son are fine, and we will get to the bottom of what's waylaid them as soon as possible.
We will find Pedwood.
And then I'm going to look to the receptionist and loudly, because I know she's like half deaf, and go, B.
What?
Oh God.
Oh, Maplewood. How are you?
What?
What?
I'm fine, and it's Birch.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said it's fine, B. Could you let the mayor know that I'm here to speak with him?
And she like slowly like gets up.
She's got her chair is conveniently it's made of birchwood, and I'm just like, it's so simple.
And she like slowly like shuffles over and like
I'm closer to the door than she is. I'm just like waiting.
She knocks and you say, "Oh, hey there, B. What seems to be the problem?" You see the mayor call through.
Has Cynthia left at this point?
Yeah, she stormed
Okay.
off.
Good.
Yeah.
That tree boy is here to see you.
You should call him Oak.
Franklin, can you come out here?
Oh no!
You
no,
hear
no.
some like,
We'll join you in the office.
they're coming to join you.
I'm gonna look at Reginald and be like, I swear to God, if I have to hear the pie story one more time.
I've yet to hear it. I would love to hear the pie story.
Okay. So you guys are you guys walking into the office at this point?
Yeah.
When we walk
so-
into the office, can I tell you what you see on his desk?
Okay, you tell me.
You see an array of overly fancy pens, and you see propped up conveniently with something like a pin through the portion that would claim this purple ribbon as the third place prize. A pin is pushed through it, and underneath there's a placard that says first prize.
I'm gonna add to that. There's also like a pile of papers that are hiding a pie plate with a fork.
All right.
Yeah, like the paper should be horizontal, but they've been turned the other way to like give him more desk
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. He's got some like crumbs on his shirt. It's like, I was hard at work for this town. There, Deputy Birch. What's this interruption warranted for?
You'll be speaking with me today.
And
The
I'm just gonna,
boy has
like,
had a
lean
traumatic
against the wall.
experience, and we need to find Wyatt.
What? Yeah, that's what. Why are you here if you're supposed to be? Like,
Wyatt wasn't
hold
there.
on.
You seem to know more than what you're letting on to. So, where's Wyatt? And I'm gonna roll. Manipulate,
What are you gonna roll?
I assume.
Or is there an intimidate thing? I don't remember.
I think it's
You
manipulate.
actually, the biggest thing is that we're not allowed to ask to roll because failures get us level up. So if Eric doesn't want you to roll on this,
I
he
see.
might make
You can roll on this.
But like this
Okay.
feels like something that I would roll on. I'm trying to force him into doing something.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
going to roll to help out because I'm just going to do the thing I do to the mayor whenever I'm not talking to him. I'm going to glower at him from the corner.
Don't need your help. That's an
You get a
11
+1
total.
regardless. 12 total. to my
So
help.
you're trying to get him to like confess to him being involved in some sort. Is that what your goal is
Yeah,
here?
yeah. I want him to tell me what he knows about what's going on, and or point me at Wyatt.
So gosh darn it, there. Like I said, the dogs, they came and they killed Steve, and dogs are near Wyatt, and I don't know where Wyatt is. that's your job to do. I'm just trying to, like I said, the town's going nuts, and they're scared that they're going to lose their kids to dogs. And why are you here? You should be like finding those dogs.
Tell me more about this pie trophy.
Just
Yeah,
a
Complete
movie.
deflection. Full
This is-
deflection.
This, I mean, don't you know? It's a pie contest. I came in third. Okay, I came in third. And he
Fine,
switches
but-
it off the
Cool.
desk.
What kind of pie was it?
Lies. Boysenberry
It was
and lies.
It was supposed to be raspberry, and it was boysenberry.
Oh, right. You Yanks put fruit in pies. Meat goes in pies.
That's
Yeah.
just
I eat that.
horrible.
Everybody eat that.
So
I'm
he
just- I'm
knows
gonna,
nothing, eh?
Quietly vindicate
He
it.
knows he doesn't know anything.
Fuck. All right.
His motivations have all been trying to protect the town.
Okay.
Typical
The
Paul.
illusion of protection.
Yeah.
He's like, I
Well-
want them to feel safe.
Mayor
Not
Franklin, should Wyatt show up for whatever reason, detain him immediately.
Don't call someone else to do it. Do it.
Yes.
Then call someone.
And like he's like, I guess, and he pulls a case out, and it's like a dusty case, and he opens it up, and then it's like, I got this gun, and it's like a gun, and he's got some bullets, and then he's like trying to like just jam the bullets into the revolver.
I'll load it
how does
for
this-
him. Here, let me do that. I'll load it
Don't-
for him. and hand it
I'm
back.
gonna
you.
physically stop Reginald from doing that. He does not get to have a loaded weapon.
Oh, no. Don't worry. Aim for the knees.
No, he'll aim for his own. And I'm just gonna like close the thing. It's like, you know that you're supposed to call B in here if you need someone to fire a gun.
All right, so do this. Stay
She's a
still.
fucking crack shot. She's like,
Everyone
Be-
except Franklin is a crack shot. Of this
what
whole
is
thing.
what was Darlene's last name?
Oh, is B her mother or
I want to say
grandmother?
it's like her grandma.
That's perfect.
Darlene was one shot, right?
Yeah.
One shot,
Yeah.
We didn't
That's
get a last name.
BEA.
Where were my notes?
All I have is Darlene one shot. I don't think we gave her a last name.
The one shot's like it's like
Green. Darlene.
Green.
One shot green. So it's B green, and it's grandmother to perfect.
Beatrice Green. Fucking love it.
So he's got nothing. Fuck, that sucks. I was really hoping that would get us somewhere.
No,
All
it's
right.
never that simple with Eric. He's a really, really tricksy mystery writer.
I guess
What
the
you'll
sheriff-
see on the live streams is the parts we edit out where he points us in the right direction. After a while.
I guess the sheriff will be walking across town now, and I guess he potentially runs into Cynthia as she's exiting the mayor's office.
Are you heading past the mayor's office? Is that your plan?
Yeah, because I don't think we actually decided on like a meetup place. So I'm in
You know what? Yeah,
Sheriff's
you're
head.
and you're
gonna
close. Like
be-
you're just left leaving the general store, right? So you're close to the mayor's office because it's like in the centrish of town.
Yeah.
So
I'd be
yeah.
heading to the sheriff's office.
Oh, you're heading
I
to the
would
sheriff's office.
I
I
was
was thinking
gonna
that'd be
say-
our logical meetup spot if we don't.
Okay, I thought you
I
still wanted to talk to the
purposely sent her-
Whitneys.
I
Um,
purposely sent her to the tavern because I know that if without talking to the sheriff, I don't send anyone to the sheriff's office.
I think I would go there first just to check on Marcus because I know we've been gone at least half a day.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't
Because like
feed him?
more than a full day because like 2 nights because you guys spent a whole night at the other campsite. So you've been gone for a while.
Oh yeah,
So-
so then I would go and I'd be like,
Yeah.
Marcus, need to feed you.
Yeah.
No, we got someone
Here,
to feed
boy,
Marcus.
come on.
No, I saw him in the morning when we got back,
Yeah, he asked for eggs, didn't he?
and I
Yeah.
dumped
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, no, I would go check on Marcus, and I guess it's up to you if I collide with Cynthia on the way over.
Yeah, let's just say you're not like looking for this lady, but this woman storms
Looking
up
for
to you. Are you the sheriff? She noticed your badge.
I don't know if I'm
No.
mentally prepared for this. As the sheriff, would I have been given a description of all the ranchers around?
Not necessarily. You might have like heard of the Rileys and the Bells, but like you
Yeah.
might not have met them. You like
From what I've heard, would I be able to?
she's not in the choir, but maybe you saw her at maybe you've seen her at church.
Would
You've
I,
seen her. You've seen her in the crowd, but never really met her too much.
Would I know her name though? Is what I'm trying to. Would I have been able to connect her to her name?
Let's say it's difficult for you, but you remember her last name, not her first name. Let's say that. You're like, oh, Mrs. Riley, like you know.
Oh, Miss Riley, right?
Yes.
Where did you get this voice?
I just made it up
so
today.
Good.
I just love the idea this woman saw the beautiful baritone from the church choir. And she's like, "Where is the sheriff?"
Ma'am. Okay, calm down. Calm down.
I can't calm down. I'm a widow.
What?
My husband has been murdered, and my son.
Murdered, you say? This is news. Okay, ma'am. Back up.
I need to sit down, Sheriff. I need.
Of course. Come with me. Walk with me. We'll go. I guess to the sheriff's office. There's a bench out front, so I'll just sit her down there.
Oh, you're gonna sit on her side. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Start from the beginning. Right.
She has like a
Right.
handkerchief, and she's like dabbing it and blowing her nose. Sheriff, our neighbor has been preying on our herds and our livestock for quite some time. My husband never really trusted authority, and he thought he could handle it himself. He thought he could talk and reason with this scoundrel. Him and my son, they went out 3 days ago to talk with him, and they have not returned. Surely they've been killed.
Hey, have you heard from Mr. Bell at all? Like you said, they went to go talk to him.
If I was to go anywhere near his farm, I'm sure I would meet a similar fate. Took all my courage to travel here.
I'm gonna assume Cynthia has a bit of a history as what's the word I want?
An alarmist.
Yeah, if any of you seen the original like Pride and Prejudice that like aired on A&E, she's doing a great impression of the mom in that. Anyways, she's like smelling salts because she faints all the time. It's great, great, absolutely great thing. Anyways, so the sheriff is gonna, everything with a grain of salt, but he's gonna play the sympathetic ear. Now, you haven't actually seen your husband and son, correct?
I didn't see the deed, but I'm sure that they've met a fate worse than death.
Hey, have you heard anything at all, like at night or anything? Any gunshots?
Just my own tears, Sheriff. Just my own sobs and wails.
Ms. Riley, you have my deepest sympathies, and I promise I will look into your husband and son.
Today. It must be right now. Come quickly. That scoundrel Bell can't get away with this.
I'm so glad
And I
people can
promise
see
you,
your face.
Mr. Bell will not get away with anything. And I will be looking into this. I promise you. For now, why don't you take up residence over at the Kettle Crook? No, not the Kettle Crook. Kettle Crook.
Yep.
Kelly
Look at me go. And we'll get this all sorted, all right? Gertie will take good care of you. She's the best, quite simply. Or if you'd like, you know what? Let me go talk to Wilma, and maybe she'd be a little more sympathetic to your plight.
Yes, I do believe Wilma and Miles would be a beacon of light in the storm that is my life.
All right. Well,
I will head over to the church immediately.
let them know I sent you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you.
What if the problem at the dump is over and Eric is trying to tell us the real mystery's happening here without letting us know in any real way?
Oh, it's very clearly going to be their mirror.
I'm
She
just thinking,
sounds
'cause,
like the kind of woman that'll have a ridiculous mirror.
It's true, but he told us that
A cursed mirror.
I don't think they would take their garbage to the dump, though, is the trouble. Why?
Anyways, So now the sheriff is sitting outside the office, hearing about these 2 murders. I assume I'm going to see you 2 come out of there.
I look joyous. Just making the mayor cry was like a highlight for Birch. And like, just like glowing when I look at Reggie. Rich just broke him.
You got a new
It was
hero.
a good manipulate roll. Like,
Yeah, it's like having a
was
puppy follow me around.
Sheriff, you should have seen this. Reggie spoke to the mayor for all of 3 seconds before he buckled and finally admitted that trophy of his is a forgery. Amazing. Where did you find this guy?
I didn't find him. We were just kind of thrown together. But Threes has that effect on people when he puts screws to them. Anyways, did you talk to Ms. Riley? She seems to think her husband and son have died.
That woman is batshit crazy.
She says her husband Peter and her son Edward rode over to the Bell Bluffs about 3 days ago. I haven't heard from them. I assured her that they probably were waylaid in some way, because taking time away from someone as big a personality as that is probably more vacation than crime.
Well, I wouldn't put it past either of them to take a bit of time for themselves. However, 3 days with absolutely no talk, any kind of communication?
I'm trying to remember, and maybe you can spark my memory on this, but the Bell Ranch out on the bluffs, Patrick is he's the son or something. I feel like we never hear from them.
Oh, they're quiet folk, and for the most part keep themselves. They're not often into town or nothing. They're pretty self-sufficient out there. You gotta be here, living on the outskirts.
Said, that they were stealing livestock from the Riley Ranch, and so
Now, that's not possible. The Bells have always been good, honest folk.
my worry is if something's gone awry, maybe these shadow creatures have been hunting a little longer than we thought they had. Maybe there's some sparseness out on the outskirts. We should probably take a trip out there, even without Peter and Edward to account for.
To interrupt, have we found the Wyatt brothers yet?
The Woodwicky brothers, you mean?
Woodwicky brothers yet?
Yes.
Well, I was going to ask, do we know where they're posted right now? I know when they finished up with Litlow, they were going to either check out that guano cave they were telling me about.
With their dad?
Yeah, has their father come back into town yet, or would they have picked up work? They might be at the Riley or the Bell Ranch.
I don't actually know where they might be, but I think
their mother lives in town too. You can visit her house.
Yeah,
I think Birch, if you go speak to Mrs. Woodwicky, find out where exactly they're working right now. I think Threes and I will. You know what? We're gonna take a gander up at the Riley Ranch, and we'll.
I was gonna say, are we just
look?
Ignoring Marcus again, just shuffling right outside. And he's
I'll
like,
stick
"I'm
my
so
head in."
hungry," and we go,
Marcus, you alive?
Sheriff, I could use some eggs or something. I need some sustenance.
"I fed him this morning. He's fine."
Don't worry, I'll
cat's
get you
lying?
something.
He's been fed.
I'll get you something. Then,
Get him a sandwich.
as Birch heads off to Mrs. Woodwicky, Threes and I will quickly swing by the Kettle Crook. I'll ask Gertie to please feed Marcus, and then we will be off.
I like that Gertie's like your unofficial second deputy.
She is the fucking queen, okay?
She would be mayor, but she's too busy doing the shit the mayor should do.
No joke. Like, she has her finger on everything. You need to know something, Gertie knows it. You need something, Gertie will get it for you.
Well, do you want to talk to Gertie then?
Oh, she'll know where the Witwickies are.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well,
Gertie,
two birds.
Gertie,
You
my
go there, I
queen.
go there.
How are you?
I'm busy there, Sheriff.
I'm
You know,
all
one of
right.
my patrons got eaten last night.
I
Caleb
think
looked
that
at
would make you less busy, would it not?
I'm actually looking for the break tonight. Looking forward to it.
Now, Gertie, if you know where the Witwickies are working right now?
Last I heard, they're out in the range looking for the last of those Litlow missing horses. Laskowski put a bounty on their heads. I think it was something lucrative, like $5 a head, and the Witwicky boys were taking advantage and trying to round up the last of those stragglers.
That's good for them. All right, so
It's good money. If I could ride a horse, I'd be out there looking for him.
don't you? You and I both.
Ever since she
Gertie,
lost that leg.
Don't you worry. Whoa. No, peg leg Gertie? No,
Oh my
can't
God,
do
that's
it.
too
And
much.
she's still fucking quick.
Yeah. And then when she lost that other leg, and she's just 2 peg legs.
She's mostly
Ger-
wood at this point.
Jesus.
She's the fisherman. Fucking
No,
Family
stop.
Guy.
Gertie, what can you tell me about the bells?
And like her face kind of like goes white, and like that's a sad tale, Sheriff.
Man, you gonna break my heart again, Eric? Don't do this.
Life's nothing but tragedy.
Life sucks. Then you're
Patrick Bell and his wife Elizabeth, they had a beautiful little boy, and
Oh, don't do this to me.
Elizabeth and their were taken by that fever a year ago.
Oh fuck.
And
COVID
Patrick's just out there by his lonesome, and breaks your heart. They came here to make a life, and
So then Peter and Edward are there for a boys' week. That's what's going on.
They're just like drinking beer, watching the football game, and giving each other hand jobs. It's just like total crazy.
classic boys' night.
Yeah.
I need to come to your guys' voice night. Jeez.
Gross.
And Gertie, what can you tell me of the Rileys? I'm a little fuzzy. I know. I just met Cynthia outside.
Cynthia is a piece of work. She's a busybody. She's sticking her nose in where it's not belonging. And
Can we cut to every cop saying "piece of work" like Parks and Rec? It's a real piece of work. Real piece of work.
Just me and Hayes. We're just like, real piece of work. And then it's done. Just the most abrupt cutaway bit ever.
and her, Pete and Ted, they're rough guys.
Ted.
Ted short for Edward.
Really?
And
Always
yeah.
has been. Or Theodore.
Teddy is Theodore. And
And
Ted
those,
is,
what's funny is like I didn't plan this, but that's 2 of my uncle's names. And I didn't just clued in now. I'm like, oh right, I have an Uncle Peter and Uncle Ted.
Well, you are
Who's
the whitest
Edward?
man I know.
Yeah.
So of course you have the whitest family.
My mother was one of 11 children.
Jesus
and-
God.
For the last like 6 or 7, the kids as a group would name them, and the way it was my grandfather would present a list of names from the Bible, and they would just pick the one they liked the best.
Oh my god.
So like my mom was like, I'm gonna choose Tom for this one. So my mom named one of her siblings
Jesus.
just because it was like, fuck, there's so
Wild.
many.
Fucking Catholics, man.
Yeah.
Oof.
So anyways, they're shits. Like they come in and cause trouble. They'd come in like once a month to drink away from the wife. Pete and Ted together, they got in fights, and they're rowdy. 2 rowdy guys. Hot tempers.
Hot bods.
You know what? I'm instantly thinking it's just sorry. This is out of game, I guess. Patrick is the big bad right now, and Pete and Ted just got absolutely roasted by him. We're gonna find undead Pete and Ted walking around trying to shoot people. It's gonna be great. Anyways,
Can someone remind me what Wyatt's last name was?
it is
Orly.
Orly. Okay.
Orly.
Which does not go well with boys' night.
He's far too ornery.
That one took you guys way too long. Holy shit. I was like,
Because
oh
I
no,
was-
the joke's not going to land.
I learned the word orrery today,
Yes.
which is spelled like the cluster of R's it sounds like. And so I was like, Orly would be spelled with an E. And then I was like, oh, he
Ah,
means mouth sex
yeah.
with the mouth.
With the mouth. Okay. All right. So
Fuck.
I got the general lay of what those 2 families are like. I'm gonna thank Gertie. Give her a couple bucks to check on that.
She hands you like a sandwich that's wrapped up for later.
Oh. You're a page, Gertie.
I don't know why, but when I picture this, we described that she makes sandwiches a lot. I picture like that. Do you remember those Cubans we used to have, Connor, where we could eat bread? Fucking full, like,
Pork,
Haunch of
mustard, pickles.
Do you know what I
Pickles.
picture? What I picture with Bury sandwiches is there's a scene in Saving Private Ryan. It's just after D-Day, and Tom Hanks is getting his orders, and they're in that like encampment, and the guys there are just eating these huge like corned beef sandwiches. They look delicious, and he's just like, "Fuck you guys!" Like in his mind, it's like fucking eating rations out there, shooting at Nazis, and you're just fucking eating corned beef sandwiches.
These guys don't even know that Private Ryan is in danger.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
weird
so
thing to take away from Saving Private Ryan. This
I
sandwich.
want one of those sandwiches.
How
Like they,
hungry that movie makes him.
that
Salivate.
sandwich, it lives rent free in my head.
Especially
looks fucking
after
delicious.
the chunk of time, the D-Day scene, which is like one of the most gruesome things. I can still picture it because it haunts me, and I saw it way too young. And then you going like, I get so hungry right after that.
Yeah, fucking need that sandwich. It's like thick cut pickle. Oh man,
Yeah.
these guys are living.
Anyways, moving on to the
Yeah.
podcast, not about sandwiches.
I will go to the Witwicky household and be like, I sure could use a sandwich, Sarah. Do you have any?
Is that her name?
I
is
was
now.
just giving it. I named the boys, so I figure I should, and I named their dad, so I figure I get dibs. Sarah with no H.
I will be right back.
Used to be hyphenated with something she got tired of.
It was Mary. We already named her.
Damn it! I was close.
You were close.
I probably had named her.
So you walk up on the Witwicky house. It's a small little house. Because it's
Most
usually
times
just
only one
Mary.
person living. Yeah.
It's usually just Mary living there. You're right. And it's well kept. Has a nice garden. It's white picket fence and it's whitewashed. And she's on the porch right now, sweeping it away. And she sees you coming, and like she like looks, and like I think the sun's kind of starting to come down a little bit in the sky. That you, Birch Hobbs?
Last I checked, Mary. How you doing?
You know, the house is quiet, and that's nice.
Small
But
mercies.
it's nice, but I like it a lot more when it's loud. Come on in. I can fix you up some tea and some snacks if you want. Come on.
I won't keep you for long. I see you're busy. We're probably riding out shortly. I just was curious. I was kind of taking stock of everyone in town. I'm purposely about to obfuscate why I'm looking for the boys. I like to spare her. And we with the, I don't want to worry you or anything, but with the dog attacks, I just want to know, have the boys been in town, or do you know where they are? I was gonna make a point of riding out to them and just checking on them.
Well, I know they made you an offer, and I don't blame you for turning the boys down. They got some crazy ideas. But last I know, they've been chasing horses all around the range, trying to collect on those $5 bounties. It's quite the sum, you must understand, for them. They're saying with the money they're making off these horses that they'll be able to start up that endeavor up in the mountains.
Is this your way, Mary, of saying that the what's the Pathfinder term? These characters are beyond the scope of this adventure.
Yeah, like you probably won't be able to track them down.
Like hell, I won't.
If they're tracking horses, surely we can at least track the horses. No?
Track them. Yeah, just be like, we got all the horses, we get the money, we have questions for you. No, I'm gonna say, well, I'm glad they're far away. I know. I'm gonna be like, had a run-in with one of the beasts, got lucky. I'm gonna show
Oh,
you.
jeez, Birch.
I'm fine, honestly. Don't use that for anything.
It's bad.
I don't take tea with the pastor and his wife, and so I rarely need to poke out any pinkies. But
With
I was
Reggie,
hoping
you
to-
will.
you know what's the strangest thing? I was thinking about the boys. I was thinking about your sons, and I was just remembering a couple weeks ago they were telling me they broke your mirror. They got floated.
Do you want to see it? It breaks my heart every time I look at it.
They haven't buried the pieces like I told them to.
Look, come on up here and I'll show you. So she like opens up her front door, and like you walk in, and off to the side there's a big frame, ornate, and it's empty. It's completely empty. It's just the frame left. There's no glass shards or anything. It's like I can't bring myself to throw out the frame. My mother brought this from across the sea with her, but yeah, they said something about burying the shards out back.
Yep, under a full moon. Hey, I'm glad to hear the boys took my advice. Better safe than sorry, honestly. It's more, I figured them working on a chore might look like they're giving you some sort of penance.
They dug a big hole in my rose garden back there, like the next full moon. I guess they must have listened to your advice.
Usually helps with the luck, although I think mostly sweating helps with bad luck because you're being a little more proactive. And so, this is gonna sound terribly strange, but can I take a gander at the rose garden?
Yeah, of course, Birch.
Yeah, I always got to stop and smell these particular roses. And I would like
Are
to.
you fucking Witwicky's wife?
No, no. Um, uh, I haven't decided if Birch fucks yet. We'll find out when we roll up on Peter
Next
and
time.
Edward how hot these tempers really are. Wink.
Yeah.
Do I have to? I want to investigate the backyard. The big thing I'm looking for is see if this hole's been like if the earth's been turned up like one of these dogs or a person has dug up these shards. Is that an investigative mystery?
Yeah, I think so.
Just FYI, we're at about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up soon. I think. I think I want. Are you guys traveling out to the Bell Farm today?
I think
I
we'll
think
head
if
that
the
way.
sun is going down, we might want to ride through the night.
Are all three of you going?
Probably.
Yeah, I want to check this and then meet back up with them.
Okay. Sorry. What was your roll?
I got a 10.
Oh wow. All right. What's
Would you
your
hold
hold
two?
too? Yeah.
I guess the first thing is can I flip what is being concealed here to be like, has the concealed thing here been disrupted and disturbed?
So the question of what is being concealed here, the answer is not shards of glass. It looks like it's been turned up at some point.
And then I guess if you want me to use another question to figure this out, I want to say what sort of creature is it or what happened here? Like see what kind of digging was
Let's
done.
do what happened here. Something dug it up and then tried to cover the tracks. Like, so it wasn't an animal. You know, animals like throw dirt everywhere. Like my dog is a digger, and when he digs, he just goes in a circle and digs everything out. It's not like that here. It's not like an animal's trying to find food or something in this pit. You think something deliberate was done here, and there was like a half-assed attempt to cover it, but not completely. That you're still able to tell that like someone dug this.
We're gonna
like
have
a
to kill that
person.
fucking garbage man.
I think you've already did. When I see that, I'm going to I want to go in and say, Mary, can you write your husband a letter for me?
Yeah, deputy.
I just have a couple questions, and then if we don't want to do that, cut to me like 10 minutes later, meeting up with them.
Yeah. So yeah, you write me the letter
Yeah,
after the session or like this week or something, and
Yeah.
before next week play, and I'll have an answer for you.
and then like I guess you guys are coming out as I'm like leaving. I'm gonna be like, just make sure the back door's locked, just with the dogs, Mary. And I'm saying goodbye, and she's
What are
chasing
the Witwicky brother names again?
They are Archie
And Jebby,
and
Okay.
Jebby. Yeah,
Archibald and
Jebediah.
Jebediah.
yeah.
I was
And
hoping
their
for Joseph.
dads,
Mary, mother, Joseph.
Mary, mother of Archie. And I've forgotten because I've lost my normal notebook the father's name, but I
Eote.
Aote.
Aote. I figure he can be one of my my net friends because he would.
No,
know.
I love that. That's perfect.
This feels like one of those things like someone's dug up this purposeful, like a ritual was performed with the burying. Someone disturbed that, which one puts them in danger of the bad luck again, but also like they've taken this like purposeful magic that's been done and have twisted it in some way. And so he's smarter than me about this stuff for sure. And so I want the letter's not going to be too in depth. It's mostly just like whatever info he can give me. I'll go over the stat with you afterwards.
Yeah, we'll figure it out for sure. Anything left to do in town?
We should probably ride out to the bluffs, but I gotta tell you, it looks like those mirror shards are from the Witwickies. Someone dug up and tried to obfuscate their patch.
You ask who she talked to about that?
she didn't notice that they were gone. I didn't want to worry her.
No, not that they were gone, but she talked to anyone about breaking the mirror?
I feel like that would be common knowledge in the town.
Yeah,
Those fucking rowdy ass
we know
boys.
we know it was her son who like barreled in drunk a little bit. Like
No, I know about who broke the mirror, but she talked to anyone about the mirror being broken.
I would if with it being an heirloom, I would assume without having to ask that like she told me so willingly. It's probably come up at church and whatnot and stuff. And so
God damn it, Birch, you're a goddamn detective. Figure it out.
I just assume because
Don't assume nothing. That's what the school taught you. Assume nothing.
No.
It's asset of you and me.
Liam is assuming that Birch has covered that already, like probably hearing it around town after that. Like unless Eric says that's not the case, then we'll
Yeah,
just
I
put it
mean,
in there, but
it's not like it's a secret, and she definitely would complain about it. Like I guess told you, it's a big
Yeah.
family heirloom for her.
yeah, like more so like, oh, curse those boys. They're out of my hair for now, but when they come back, they always break a piece of home.
Yeah.
Or something. Like she was very open about it immediately, and like I'm close with them, but she seems like the kind of person who would tell whoever asked.
All right.
Yeah, she would
well,
gossip with other ladies and stuff
Yeah.
like that for sure.
Let's get ourselves off to the Riley Ranch, and then we'll start from there and head over to the Bells.
All right.
All right,
So
so
start saddling up the horses while you two, I guess, feed Marcus.
No, Gertie's feeding Marcus.
we're gonna jump forward in time. The sun is just starting to come up over the bluff. You're approaching. You can see his farm off in the distance. As you get closer, you look off to the side and you see a lone tree, and below it 2 white crosses. As you approach, you see a man on the porch with a rifle raised.
I raise mine back.
Who goes
Oh,
there?
they've just been riding like.
Sorry.
And
are-
we're just gonna cut it there.
Okay.
We'll pick it up next week.
Do you want to
Is
take the
it-
who goes there again then?
Who goes there?
All right, pop Audacity open,
Awesome.
yeah.
and we can stop whenever.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Remember to export as a wave.
Save project.
Yes,
It's
she-
already named.
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Episode
Yeah,
six.
6 already.
I'm putting the folder in. My bad. It might take a couple seconds to show up.
Still gotta convert to a ways, so it's all good. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys, so much, and thanks for everyone who came and watched and stuck with us. I had a crazy good time. It's,
Yeah, thanks for another wicked session.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
this
It's been
game.
so much.
Cynthia Riley was a fun discovery for all of us,
oh
eh?
my
Why
God.
would you do that to me?
So
I had to walk
funny.
away. I had
It
to
broke me.
legitimately pull away.
I can't wait to listen back to it because I was like so in the moment that like I'm really excited to see
It was good. It was very
let's
good.
do it again.
It
I
hurt
think
me so much.
unfortunately you're gonna be blowing out your fucking audio because
Oh,
you're right on the mic.
Yeah,
But that's fine.
I hope not. I hope you figure that out for us, Connor.
I was also crazy loud today, so I imagine I'm peaking quite a bit here and there.
Yeah.
I've got you both louder than like 0 on Discord, and it wasn't like there's no like painful noticeable peaks. There's a little bit of crunchiness during Cynthia, but I think it's like I think it does something for the character.
Any questions or anything before we end for the night? Is there anything you guys want clarification on?
No, I'm good.
Just- So the thing with net friends is that I know a lot of people on the internet, and the way we're dealing with that is I know a lot of people who know stupid shit, weird
Yeah.
shit. So I have to do a roll. I get to do investigate a mystery plus charm on a 10 plus. They're available and helpful. They can fix something, break a code, hack a computer. 7 to 10, they're prepared to help, but it's going to take some time. And on a miss, I burn some bridges. And so because he's not usually readily available. I don't know if you want to like rob me of my bonus or anything, or if you want me to roll that now.
Roll it now just to see what we're dealing with.
Ooh, okay, good. It's an 8, so it's
Oh, good.
They're prepared to help, so like it'll just be the time the letter and then coming back. So I can just like they can do or tell me something helpful. Hack a computer or hack a horse, I think is what I kept saying.
So
fix
write
something.
write out the letter, send it to me sometime this week,
Perfect.
and then I'll make sure to incorporate it at
Yeah.
some point in the future.
Yeah, 'cause I feel
I'm
like
gonna
it's something that if the Thunderbird ends up coming up, I want to find the tie there. But I also just want to know if he knows anything about shadow monsters.
yeah, he might. He's a pretty smart guy. And he's been around the Dale for a long time, right? And the Dale is a spooky place, so he's a good person to have as a net friend for sure.
Cool. All right, I think we're good, guys.
All right, great.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
you.
Thanks, gang.
Thanks again.